Hey there, this is Mapri Gray, one of the school counselors here at Calvert High School. Today, the counseling department is going to talk to you about the registration process for the 24-25 school year. If your last name begins with A through E, your counselor is Dr. Perry. If your last name begins with F through J, it's Mrs. O'Neill. If your last name begins with K through Q, it's Mrs. Ponte. And if your last name begins with R through Z, it's me, Miss Gray. There are a few things that the state of Maryland requires you to have in order to get your diploma and to complete your graduation requirements. The first thing is your service learning hours. You must pass the state assessments. You must pass all of your course requirements as well as have a pathway. The course requirements for graduation are English, you have to have 4 credits. Math, you must take 1 math per year, so you have to have 4 credits in math, 3 credits in social studies, 3 in science, 1 in fine arts, 1 in tech ed, 0.5 credits in PE, 1 credit in health. Health is broken down in 2 classes, so you'll take Health 1 and Health 2, 0.5 credits in financial literacy, and a pathway, which you will need to take 2 years or more of the coursework for that pathway. The total amount of credits that you need for graduation is 23, and you will be able to refer to this information on the handouts that you will get during registration. So the types of pathways that we have at CHS are college prep, which means you have to take 2 years of a foreign language. Those 2 years must be the same language. You can definitely take more than 2 years, but at least 2 years of the same foreign language. School-based pathways that we have are the Academy of Finance, Accounting, Business, Biomedical, Career Research and Development, Computer Science, Criminal Justice, Engineering, Teacher Academy of Maryland, and NJROTC. If you are a junior or a rising senior and you do not have a pathway, please see your counselor as soon as possible. And the pathways that are offered at the Career Technology Academy are the Academy of Health Professions, Auto Mechanics Service Tech, Carpentry, CASE Agriculture, Cisco Networking Academy, Cosmetology, Electricity, Firefighter EMT, Food Production, Graphic Arts, HVAC, Home Improvement, Interactive Media, Masonry, Plumbing, and Welding. And students begin CTA pathways as a junior.
Whenever you're filling out your registration paperwork and planning out the courses that you'll be taking, if you know that you're college bound or you might be college bound, please keep those requirements in mind. So the typical college admissions requirements are at least 2 years of the same world language. So that's 2 years of Spanish, 2 years of American Sign Language, 2 years of French. So make sure if you are not enrolled in a language and you are college bound or might be college bound, that you fill that out on your registration form and talk to your counselor if needed. Challenge yourself whenever you're selecting courses too. So consider taking a rigorous schedule with AP and honors courses if you can. Some electives that might pertain to something you'd like to pursue as a career or study while you're in college. So really take the time to invest in some classes that maybe you've not taken before, but also will help your transcript. Review specific college program requirements. This is specifically for, well, it's for all students, but specifically for our juniors, our rising seniors. Some schools do require a certain number of courses in different contents. So make sure if you have an idea of the school where you would like to attend, that you look at their program requirements. Here's some notes about AP courses. AP courses are challenging. They take a lot of work, a lot of time, and the reason that they're so challenging is that these are college level courses. You do have the potential to earn college credit based on the score you receive on the AP exam. You must expect to have at least an hour of homework each night per AP course. So these AP courses, all AP courses, require you to do quite a bit of work outside of school. So make sure whenever you are selecting an AP course that you can budget your time and make sure that you are completing all the work necessary to be able to be successful in the course. If you have questions about AP course requirements, talk to a teacher in that subject area. They should be able to answer your questions and the difficulty and the pace of it, especially if you've never taken an AP course before. Here's some course changes for the 2024-2025 school year. A new course is Honors Composition and Literature. This is a senior English class. This is a course that you can earn dual credit for through CSM, but once again, it is a senior English class. Some updates and reminders. It's anticipated that Health 2 will be available as a summer online course, but it hasn't yet been confirmed. So if you know that you need Health 2, you might be able to take it over the summer online, but once again, it's not yet been confirmed. Sign up for any course you're interested in taking. So whenever you receive your registration information, on the back of the page are going to be courses that are listed. We may not have offered it here at Calvert High School before, but if you read the course title, research it in the program of study, and it sounds interesting to you, by all means, sign up for the course. We run different courses based on the number of students who sign up for them. So once again, if it sounds interesting, register for it. You do have the ability to take an online course. The courses that are offered are AP Calculus 1, AP English Literature, AP English Language, AP Psychology, AP Statistics, Foundations of Technology, Foundations of Computer Science, Music Appreciation, Health 1, and Financial Literacy. As I said in the previous slide, it is anticipated that Health 2 will be available as an online course, but it hasn't yet been confirmed. This is something new to keep in mind. Students can only take an online course during the school year if it is in addition to a full course load. So basically, it's an extra class. Half credit courses cost $250 and full credit courses cost $325. See your counselor for information on how to register for these courses. There are some online courses offered in the summer. Those courses are Foundations of Technology, Foundations of Computer Science, Music Appreciation, Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Financial Literacy, and Health 1. Once again, it is anticipated that Health 2 will be available as an online summer course, but it hasn't yet been confirmed. Once again, half credit courses cost $250 and full credit courses cost $325. See your counselor for information on how to register. These seats are limited, so if you would like to take an online course over the summer, you need to act quickly. This information is for seniors only. Seniors, you have the ability to have early release next year. In order for this to happen, you must have reliable transportation to and from school. So either you will drive yourself or you will have a ride to pick you up or take you to school. Classes must be scheduled together. You will not have a free period at Calvert High School if you are not scheduled for a course. it is expected that you are not on campus. Whenever registering for early release, please keep in mind that to be eligible for honor roll, you must be taking 4 credits. To be scheduled for early release, you must complete and turn in the pink early release form to your 8th period teacher with your completed registration form. If you do not turn in this form, you will not get early release. You can pick up an early release form in the counseling office.
Hi Cavaliers, this is Ms. Ponte, and I want to share some information that is about a program that is available to our current juniors, and this is the Early College Program at CSM. And basically what this is a program that enables students to take their whole senior year at CSM with no classes at Calvert High or CTA. So with this, students don't have the ability to take any classes at Calvert High or CTA. So for example, if you want to finish up your Academy of Health program or finish up the criminal justice program at Calvert High, this is not the program for you. And basically to be eligible, students must have completed just about all of their graduation requirements except for math and English. Service learning has to be completed and state testing has to be just about finished. And students have to have a GPA of at least a 2.75. Now with this program, students can still participate in sports or after-school activities, and applications are due February 15th. So if this is something you're interested in, I would see your counselor ASAP to see if you're eligible or find out more information about how to apply. So another option that's available to our Calvert High students who are in 11th and 12th grade, so this is for our current 10th and 11th grade students, they have the opportunity to take classes at CSM for dual enrollment. And this is a really great opportunity to start earning college credits while you're still in high school. Now, one way of doing this is by actually going to CSM in the summer or during the school year and taking classes. So for juniors or students who are in 10th grade now, this would be in addition to a full schedule because you can't have a shortened schedule as a junior. For seniors, this could be something that you supplement a partial day schedule with, is by taking some classes at CSM. So the important thing for you to know is that the deadline to sign up to take classes in the fall is July 15th. So if this is something you're interested in, you're going to want to see your counselor sooner rather than later because there is a process that's involved in this. It's also important to know that counselors do not work every day over the summer. So if this is something you want to do, be sure to see your counselor before the end of the school year, and we can go over and see if you're eligible and help you get registered and signed up if this is something you want to do. Another opportunity that's available to our Calvert High students is to earn CSM credits for classes that you take at Calvert High School. So this isn't available for every class, but the list is definitely growing. So some of the lists or some of the classes that work this way are Honors Composition and Rhetoric, which are junior and senior English classes, Honors Comp and Lit, which is available as a senior English class, but it's important to know that this is only open as a dual enrollment course to juniors who earn English 1010 or did dual enrollment through Comp and Ret this school year. Another class is Pre-Calculus and Accelerated Algebra 2 and Pre-Calc. That's another option. Calc 3, which will sort of be a new course that's available for next year. The Biomed program, you can earn dual enrollment credits through this, but you can't do it until you complete the entire program. So until you complete all 4 of the courses, then you would be eligible for dual enrollment. And the criminal justice courses at Calvert High. So if you take criminal justice, juvenile law, or criminal investigations, you're eligible for dual enrollment credit as well. So again, these are classes that you would take at Calvert High School with our teachers, and then you would be eligible to potentially earn CSM credit if you score high enough on certain exams and projects that you do throughout the year. So now that you've heard about some of the different options that are available to you when it comes to courses and planning out your high school career, I want to talk to you about how you're going to choose your courses for next school year. So registration day at Calvert High is going to take place on Wednesday, February 21st. And what will happen that day is that you will receive a registration form in your first period class, and you will basically carry it with you throughout the day and get signatures from your teachers about what courses they recommend for you to do next year. We ask that you complete your forms in black or blue ink, just because pencil kind of gets rubbed away. We're not able to read it. And also that you write legibly, because if you write something and I don't know what you mean, I might put you in a class that you didn't intend to, so really make sure that you're writing legibly. Also, another thing is we want students to make sure that they're here, that you're in attendance that day. So one day to miss this year is not February 21st. We want to make sure our students are here that day so they can choose courses for next year. So here is an example of the registration form that you will receive on registration day, February 21st. So here's what we need from you to fill this guy out. So the first thing you'll need to do is make sure you put your name, phone number, and address at the top of the page. Just because if you turn your form in with no name on it, we're not going to know whose it is. So please make sure you take the time to do that. Then in the next section is where you're going to put the classes you would like to take for next school year. So what you'll do is you'll include the course name, and everything's sort of already listed out by department. So if you're taking, your English, social studies, science, or math, you want to make sure that that's included in the line. You're going to write the course number, which can be found on the back of the course or back of your course registration form, or you can find it in the curriculum guide. Then on the next part, you're going to want to list the name of the course that you want to take for next year. And then over on the right-hand side of the page is where your teacher is going to sign off on your recommendation to be sure that they agree with the course you're taking for next year. Now, one thing to keep in mind is when it comes to electives, most courses are a full year, so you only need one line. But if by chance you're taking a half-year class, so for example, like on this form, there's team sports and financial literacy, just want to make sure if you're taking a half-year course that you're, for the most part, matching something up with it that's another half-year class. So health and PE, health, PE, financial literacy, those kind of things are half-year classes. So anything that has an S in the course number, that denotes that it's a half-year class. So just make sure you're matching up two courses. And then the next part of the form, the next kind of section down is the alternates. And guys, I'm going to tell you, this is the most, in my mind, the most important thing that you can fill out on your form. Because basically what this is your backup choices. So we will try really hard as your counselors to get you the things that you put on the top part of the form. But sometimes things just don't work out. Maybe you're asking for two courses that only run at one time throughout the school day and they run at the same time. So what we need to know is what you want as a backup option. So a lot of students don't take the time to fill out the alternates, but really you should. So please make sure you do this. And you can see in this example, so this student, for their third choice elective, they included Intro to Engineering, which, if you don't know, can be used as a tech ed credit. So I have to assume that this student is looking to get their tech ed credit. So you can see for elective 3 for their alternate, they included Foundations of Technology, which is another course that can be used as a tech ed credit. So be thoughtful about that. If you're trying to take a course to get a tech ed credit or a fine art credit or something like that, make sure the alternate sort of meets that same requirement in your mind. So again, another example, this person took art and design, which I'm assuming they're using as their fine art credit. And then in the alternate, they included theater for their elective too. So I can know that if they can't use art and design, they're going to want theater, which can also be used as their fine art credit. So please, guys, just take some time to really fill out those alternates. Those are key. And if there's a certain course that you want or some different requirements, you can write us notes. I know it feels weird to write notes on your registration form, but I never mind, because that way I know when I'm looking at your form over the summer, I can help you give the courses that you want to take for next year. And then the bottom of the form there is signature part. So there's a signature from you required and a signature from your parent, along with information about phone numbers and email addresses for your parents. So that's basically what you're looking at when you're looking at your course registration form for next school year. So after you get your registration form on February 21st, it's your responsibility as a student to finish out the registration process. And basically, there's two things you need to do. And the deadline to do these two things by is Wednesday, February 28th. So you have a week to complete two things. So the first thing is that you're going to fill out your registration form completely, and then you're going to return it to your math teacher by Wednesday, February 28th. So the paper form is huge. And then the other thing you're going to do is to enter your course requests on Hack. So you want to make sure your registration form matches what you've entered in Hack, because that's very important. So if you want to make changes, please make sure those changes are made in both places, on your form and on Hack. So again, February 28th is the deadline to return your completed form and to also enter your course requests on Hack.
Okay, so the directions on how to enter courses on Hack are on the handout you received, and also will be emailed to you. Your counselors will be available at lunch on Wednesday, February 21st through Wednesday, February 28th in the cafeteria to help you enter courses on HACC or answer any questions that you may have about scheduling. Be sure that your HACC matches what you have written on your registration sheet. Students, this is important to note, students who do not turn in forms or whose forms are incomplete, that means without signatures, without course choices listed, will have their courses chosen for them. We definitely have to have this filled out completely, and if not, your counselor will be making some decisions on your behalf. All right, so 10th graders, if you're interested in the CTA, the Career Tech Academy, please complete this interest form link here. You have to complete it, not your parents, and it only is accessible through your Outlook email. So make sure that you complete the link. The CTA surveys are due February 29th by 5 p.m. That is a priority deadline. Also, please consider attending the CTA Open House February 7th at 5:30. Registration day is February 21st. Counselors are available at lunch with entering courses February 21st to the 28th, and deadlines to enter your courses in HACC are February 28th. The deadline to get your registration form completed and turned into your math teacher is also February 28th. And the priority deadline to complete the CTA interest survey, if you are interested in the Career Tech Academy programs, is February 29th by 5 p.m. Keep your paper registration packet that was given to you today. It contains very important information. Discuss it with your parents. Look through it. Also, check your school email for more resources from Mrs. Ponte. The sample registration form and the fillable four-year plan are things that will help you with this process. If you have any questions about registration, talk to your counselor ASAP. We are available. You can come down during cab time or see us at lunch. You can also email us and make an appointment or stop by the counseling office at your free time.